You are going to hurt. No, I did mean to press that. Hello stars, welcome or welcome back. My name is Astris Atello. You can feel free to call me Aster. I love hardcover books, but the sleeves really annoy me. Okay, this week, Onyx Storm. Don't mind my nails, they are in the process of falling off. First off, this is Max. That's all he wanted, was an introduction apparently. Okay, yeah, this week, Onyx Storm. I am so excited for this. I just have the normal sprayed edges one. I live in Canada, so there's no Target out here, so I didn't really have a choice for that one. And I heard it was like a shit show, so I don't feel like this needs much of an introduction because I literally did Iron Flame 2 weeks ago, and this is a big enough series that if you don't know this, you don't really know fantasy or books. You want to know someone who is an asshole? So today is the 24th. This book was released on the 21st. I was scrolling through Instagram yesterday and I got a fucking spoiler. Like, are you serious? It's been 3 days and you're already giving like, there was no warning. It was just like, I just finished this, or nah. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember. She said like, oh, just finished, can't believe it. And then in big words, it was like, what do you mean? Then the spoiler. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Why did you say that? And I'm not sure if it's an actual spoiler or not, but I feel like it might be beforehand. Either way, I'll let you know at the end if the spoiler was actually a spoiler or not. If it was an actual spoiler, I will not tell you what it is. But oh yeah, if you're new to the channel, by the way, hello. These are like read with me's. I will do like reading sprints and then it'll be broken up by just like a few minutes of me talking and reactions, opinions, never any spoilers though. I will make sure that there are no spoilers in this, especially since this book has just come out. So if you want to read with me. If not, you can skip to the parts that just have my reactions if you're curious about that for Onyx Storm. You don't have it yet. But yeah. Okay, let's start. I'm not waiting any longer.
Okay, so I'm not even halfway in yet. I am, I think, just under a third, I'd say, but it's good. I mean, you know the world, you know what it's gonna be like. Okay. I am genuinely a little bit scared. Like, I'm taking it slow, obviously. I'm not rushing through it, but I am like, if something happens, and I know it will because the other two books weren't warning enough. I don't know. Fear. I'm feeling genuine fear for this book. But that's a good thing, I think. Either way. Also, I've seen a lot of things with like quality of the books. Their books doing that. Mine is too. Most of it I've heard for the Target edition, but this is just the normal Sprayed Edges edition. And I realized that, like, I could see it with the cover on. I don't really care about that though, honestly, because it's gonna be squished between books on my bookshelf, so I don't mind it. Either way, I am on chapter 17, page 142. It's so good. It's Onyx Storm. It's the Empyrean series. I just, having this in my hands still feels so surreal to me. Either way, I still have to, it's Sunday today, because I didn't wait. I just started this right after I ended Light Lark. Speaking of, that vlog has to go up today, so I'm gonna put this down for a little while, and I am going to finish editing that and upload it
and then probably read some more. So far, so good. My heart isn't aching yet. My mind isn't reeling. Comparatively to the other books, my mind isn't reeling. Anyways. I'm about halfway. I have read up to chapter, what was it? I'm on chapter 29 now, out of 50 something, I think. But I just love these books. Honestly, there is something, Rebecca just put something in these pages, and I can't get enough of it. There was like, in what I read, there was like an oh my god, I've been waiting for this kind of scene, and then there was like an oh shit kind of scene. I ended a few chapters after the oh shit kind of scene because I couldn't stop reading right there. There's not really an update, there's no opinions, there's no thoughts. I love this book. It was like, it's been okay, it's been a while since I read Fourth Wing, and I obviously just finished Iron Flame, but I stopped halfway through. But reading this just makes me want to go back and read those two again. I can't decide if I liked Fourth Wing or Iron Flame better, like between the two. I honestly don't remember, but this might be my new favorite, honestly, of the whole series. But I don't know. I don't know, okay? We're only halfway through. There's still lots to go. And I'm just so caught up in the book, I don't know my thoughts yet. And if you know Rebecca's writing, you know I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna get whiplash by the time I'm done this book, so I really have nothing I can say quite yet. Especially since I'm being careful not to spoil the other 2 books before this, so. Okay, I'd say I have about a third left of the book. So when I read, obviously I don't like decide to take a break during like the really tense part where I have all my opinions and emotions to voice. I stop after it's come down a bit, after I'm a bit calmer and can breathe. But that means so much emotion has gone through me that I'm speechless and need about like a 5-hour nap now. I'm not gonna take the nap because it's too late for that, but okay, so for these, usually I have like expectations for how the novel is gonna go, and my surprise and what I voice comes from how the book defied my expectations. I go into these books, the Empyrean series books, the only expectation I go into these novels knowing or having is that I have no idea what to expect. So I don't really have much to voice. I'm like, oh my god, this is so different from what I expected or what I thought, because I didn't know what I thought. So I think that's why the little breaks in between these have been a little lackluster this time, but whew. If you are like on any social media have Onyx Storm like content coming towards you, you will see everyone who's already read the book being like, where's Broccoli? And I thought I knew who Broccoli was because I was spoiled at the end, or I was spoiled before I even started the book. But I just found out who Broccoli was. Broccoli was not who I thought. And now I'm so much more confused because where did Broccoli go? What happened with Broccoli? I like Broccoli. Please don't take Broccoli away. But yeah. So it's Friday today. I didn't read yesterday. I know when I read this book, it is just gonna take over everything. Like my head, this is the only thing I'm gonna be able to think about, even when I'm done, even when I put it down for the day, being like, this is too much for the rest of the day. I can't keep doing this to myself. It's still, I'm like, my head is in this book. So I get a little scared and I don't read it. This is just so emotional. It's not even that something like really emotional happened. It is just the way Rebecca describes emotions and how Violet's feeling, because it's first person, so it's like, I don't know, something with that just resonates with me and just hits me so much harder, because most books I read are third person. Like, I hadn't even realized that, but I write in first person, and as I started writing my last, like the book I'm kind of in the middle of writing, I was like, I can't think of a single story that's first person. And then I start reading this and I'm like, oh my god, this is first person. Either way, it hits me harder for some reason. So the way Rebecca describes how Violet is feeling just hits me, and I think that's why I get so like speechless when I read this. I'm gonna be heartbroken. I had to wait like a week after I finished Iron Flame. I was able to start Iron Flame exactly like right after I finished Fourth Wing, and then I took a break in between Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, or like in the middle of Iron Flame. But I'm gonna have to wait I'm probably gonna have to wait like 2 years for this, for the next book in the series, because she said she's gonna write a contemporary, but she's gonna take the summer off. I'm probably gonna have to wait 2 years for any hint of the next book in this series, and I'm a little scared of just that. some midnight reading. I just found out the second signet. I think it goes deeper than what they're assuming right now. Like, I think it's more than that. Because Rebecca said we knew in Iron Flame. She said we knew at that point. But from what it's saying in here, I don't remember any specific scene in Iron Flame. Except for one, which is why I think it doesn't line up, so I think it might go deeper than what they're thinking. But holy shit. I'm not gonna say I guessed it, I'm not that smart, but I had a feeling it was something along these lines. But what it is specifically? Still? My lamp's also dying, so this was just a I guess check-in point. I'm on chapter 51 now out of 66, and it's Saturday. I have to go to bed, but I guess I'll finish this tomorrow morning. What the fuck? might cry. Not think. I know. I'm gonna cry. I just finished Onyx Storm. So first off, remember how I said that I thought I might be spoiled 3 days after the book was released because there was a post, no spoiler warnings, just right on the middle of the page? Yeah, I was, for literally within like the last page. Look at that plot twist. I'm gonna cry. So much is happening. I have so many questions. The ending? How am I supposed to wait like a year? I shouldn't have read this right away. I should have fucking waited. I'm getting warm. Like, this is intense. Of course, amazing book because it's making me feel stuff like this. But of course, I want to spoil it just so I can speak honestly about it, but I'm not going to because I'm staying true to how I do these. Not a single spoiler, just emotions, reactions, opinions. No spoilers. But fuck, for those of you who have read this, yeah, I just, you know what I'm feeling. It's gonna take so long for the next one to come out. If you didn't know, Rebecca likes to do like one of these, then a contemporary, then one of these. And she recently said that she's taking the summer off. So she's writing a contemporary, taking the summer off to be with her children and her husband. And then once that contemporary is out, she will start working on the 4th book in the series. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna cry. Rebecca describes emotions very well. I find in this book, it's something that's always hooked me with these, and if you haven't noticed, like when I talk about them, I get kind of quiet because there's so much emotion in it, and I'm an introvert. I get drained by being with people, but that's like kind of like emotionally drained rather than socially drained, I think. And so when I read these, they like almost emotionally drain me because I'm so invested in this book. I am so just fully in it. She really captures your attention like that. If you are like someone who's debating reading Fourth Wing, like the whole series, I like absolutely recommend it. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, of course, but this book, this series, I think was the first that I really fell in love with. And it's like, if you don't like sexual stuff, it's contained to a few chapters that are very easy just to skip over. And there are lots of forums online that'll tell you which chapters are sexual. But it's really just a world that just brings you in, just captures you. I will say though, obviously, some people get very invested in books, so they don't like it when there's death. There is a lot of death in this. It's a war college, so just be aware of that if you're getting into them. But I honestly find it so worth it because I want to have this kind of effect on other people with my book. Like, I want people to be as invested in this story as I am. Invested in my story as I'm invested in this story, if that makes sense. There was a few times that, like, I have a stuffed up nose because this book did make my eyes water. There's a few times that my eyes watered. Yeah, it's like, past 10 o'clock on a Sunday. Like, usually I post on Sundays, but I'm wondering if I'm gonna be able to edit it and get it out today before I go to sleep. I'm thinking I'm gonna dye my hair. It's emotional. I don't really want to go to sleep. I don't work tomorrow, so I don't have to. So I kind of dyed my hair red before, but I think it's kind of washed out, so I'm like without bleaching. So I'm just gonna dye my hair, and then I think I'm gonna focus on editing this, because I need time to sit and just breathe, just live, remember that it's a story. Oh, how am I supposed to wait? Now I need to figure out if I want something like dark romance or something like fantasy. What book do I want next? I really want so for those of you who don't know, I'm writing my own novel. I have finished draft 1, which I do completely by hand, and when I'm writing draft 2, I'm gonna be doing it on the computer, like, you know, moving it over. But, you know, I kind of heard that you should leave your first draft for a little while. So as soon as I finished the first draft, I ordered stuff to do like my whole desk makeover. If you saw my To Be Read 2025, I mentioned that I wanted to do a video about that. So that'll take about 2 weeks to come in. Once that comes in, I'm gonna redo my desk, and then I'm gonna sit down and do some dedicated writing vlogs. And I just want that now, because honestly, I'm not in the mood to read anything for a bit. That was so, well, for one, emotionally draining, and it's gonna take so much time to process everything that happened. And then I'm gonna have to wait for my friend to read this book so I can rant with her about it. But oh god, I don't know what I want to do for next week's video, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read another book for it. I like the book, don't get me wrong, I love this book. I like when books bring me in this much. It's a feat that doesn't happen very often, and the authors get my applause. But I have a few choice words for that one person that spoiled me. Like, are you kidding? 3 days? 3 days after the book was released. What the hell? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I am gonna dye my hair and take a moment to breathe. So I will see you stars next week. All right? Bye-bye.